Welcome to drawing session number 16. Today we're going to make Thumper from Bambi. So let's get started. First going to start with his nose. So I'm going to make a slightly curved line and then kind of like a pentagon shape. On either side I'm going to make his eye shapes, which are going to be ovals, but leaving them open on the bottom. We're going to do one, another line around, and then another one around that. And this is the design for his eye going all the way around, just like that. Kind of looks like a rainbow. Let's come across to the other side. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to be on a slight diagonal. So we got one, and then just outside that. And this one's higher and around outside that one, and then much higher and around that one. Now we're going to make the shape for Thumper's face. So we're going to go right under his eyes. These are going to be his cheeks, going out to the side and curve it around and bring it in. And again, if this is kind of on a slant, this will be the center of his face here. Same thing on the other side. Just below his eyes, bringing it around, and then meet it back at that center point on the bottom. Let's work on his kind of his cheeks here. So we're going to do a kind of like a letter W from his nose. It's going to be a rounded letter W. So around here, that bump line on the bottom of a W, and then bringing it back and around. Curved line for his mouth opening, and then Thumper's got one tooth right about there, and then we'll put a curved line for his tongue. And then on that side to finish off his tongue. Let's make the top shape for his head. So I'm gonna bring a line up and around, and kind of just curve it all the way around to the other side and around, just slightly outside of his eye there. And his ears are going to be right above that, so we'll make two kind of wavy, those wavy triangle shapes, bringing it down. We'll leave a little fold, so we'll leave it open and then bring another line down toward the top of his head. Same thing on this side. We'll make this a little wavy this way and bringing it up and around, and then again widening out as it gets toward his head. An inside line for the detail in his ear. Okay, moving on to his body. So we're going to make his arms first. So his arms are going to be a curved line around and stop. And then from this inside part here, we'll make his hand. We're just going to curve this around the opposite way and bring it in and kind of make a curved line up there. And two lines here for his paw. Same thing on this side, opposite, curved line around. This paw will make hang down a little bit further, so we'll bring it around and then back up for his arm. And then two kind of curved lines here for his hands, his fingers. Bring up curved line down to start his body. And we'll do that on both sides. Okay, and his feet are going to be just these kind of rounded shapes that curve back in. And let's do one on this side. And then a kind of a bump curve line here for the bottom of his body. We'll bring a detailed line down for his his body design on this side, and his foot also has kind of a detailed line that goes in like that. Let's finish up this line here. His body kind of comes over his foot like that, and same thing on this side, and then a detailed line here for his foot, kind of looking like he's wearing shoes here. And we'll make his tail will be a fluffy zigzag line. You can bring the zigzags a little closer or kind of fan them out like I did there. He's also got some zigzag lines for his hair on his cheeks here, so we'll bring those around. Same thing on the other side. And again, you can fan these out, or kind of keep them close together. Okay, and then the design for his stomach area and upper body. So it's going to be another kind of fluffy zigzag line that looks like this. And we'll bring this around to kind of like a point down here. And then a detail line for his body on this side. All right, so let's start adding some color. I'm first going to start with a light peach color. This is the closest I have to his skin tone. So I'm going to work right around his eye design. So it's this part of his eye, this larger oval that we made, and then matching it on the other side. And when we're using these design colors and adding color, again, a lot of these characters have symmetrical design colors. So let's do his cheek. I'll bring this all the way around. Underneath. I'm actually going to add another detail line to his mouth. I just want to add one more line that kind of outlines his mouth a little bit more, like that. I think I also might switch up the color. I almost want it more of a kind of a yellow. Yeah, this might work. So I'm going to change it from peach to this kind of yellowish tone. And you can do that as well, you know, experiment with different colors. It's not like you have to match them exactly to the character. Okay, so I'm going to outline that first, going around his mouth. And then I'll just fill it in. And the same color is going to also be for the middle part of his body. And again, just using this marker stroke back and forth, some neat coloring here, some real neat coloring to fill in all this space in between. And then also for the bottom of his feet here. On both sides, that symmetrical design we were talking about before. Okay, now I'm going to go into a pencil today. So I'm going to kind of just shade in some parts of his body like this. And again, I'm doing this very evenly, just as same as if I was to use a marker. Back and forth with this kind of pencil stroke here. And I'm kind of improvising because I do not have a gray marker. So I decided to use the pencil shading. And just shade it in evenly and neatly. And it works pretty well. I'm going to go around the outside line on his ear. And around his eye design. And along the top of his head. This furry area here on the side of his face, and then this area in the middle of his face. I'll shade that all in. Okay, his other arm on the other side of his body. And this part of his body down here. And also his foot, the top of his foot. Alright, I'm going to just fill in his eye a little bit more here. I noticed that I kind of left some of this space open. Alright, so now I'm going to leave a highlight area in his eye. So I'm going to kind of give him a little oval shape on the same side on both of his eyes, and then I'm going to fill that in with my pen that I used to outline the drawing, or to actually make the drawing. Again, that's the innermost part of his eye on both sides. All right, just kind of filling in all that space. And then for the outside line in his eye, I'm going to use a kind of like a light brown color. All right, and then for the inside of his mouth and his nose, I'm going to be using a pink color. So let's fill in his nose first. Leave a little highlight there, and then his tongue. And the inside of his mouth is going to be just a pencil shading too, to make it appear like it's in shadow. It's a little darker. Be careful you don't get the pencil on the tooth there. We want to leave that open and white. All right, so that is going to conclude Thumper. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Inspired by Bambi and for Easter. So enjoy, and hope you guys give it a try. Bye.